African Reflections Foundation is a not-for-profit organization formed with the overall mission seeking to raise the standards of living of the African people. Originally incorporated in New York, USA, its sister organization had been established and running in Tanzania, delivering social services since 2006. The reason being that IRF will be on place to make sure that donors' money and funds raised are well managed and go to the cause. The African Reflections Foundation focuses on 4 major areas of great concern to the rural population. 1. Access to potable water as its primary activity, access to adequate health care, access to quality education, economic empowerment, particularly to the marginalized groups. Our major projects had been geared towards availability of potable water to the rural population in Tanzania. It has been our firm position that access to safe drinking water is a basic human right and is essential for keeping communities healthy. After serious research on water problems in the rural areas around Dar es Salaam, it was noted that Mkuranga district was the first to benefit from these initiatives. As you can see, their source of water is from these ponds and rainwater catchment points. The water is vividly dirty, but they had no option. Besides, they had to walk long distances to fetch the water. These ponds and catchment points were sparsely located and few had water throughout the year. This necessitated many villagers to depend on a single source of water. As a result, the waiting was long. As you can observe, the huge crowd waiting turns to fetch a bucket of water. The supplies are obviously not adequate for daily needs. When the ARF came into the picture, they started donating construction of shallow wells. These are hand-dug, involving tedious and risky process. The supplies from these wells are guaranteed during and shortly after the raining season. At the height of the dry season, they also dry out. The water, as you can see, is not very safe, as the dirty water can seep through back to the well. It brings waterborne diseases. The grim reality of climate change has not spared Mkuranga district. Places where water can be accessed during dry season are limited. As depicted above, many villagers had to share a single source of water, causing congestion and take a long time to get water, the time which would have otherwise been used for other productive engagements. The ARF embarked on construction of deep wells to ensure sustained potable water supply. The drilling is an arduous and costly exercise. The depth of the wells depends on the static water level of the well. It uses solar power and therefore can be built far inside rural villages which have no source of electricity or become costly to use generators. Here the school children marvel at the flushing of the well after successful drilling. There is a big contrast between the water from these deep wells and the water from the ponds and rain catchment points. Many of the wells are powered by solar systems. The experts are in the process of building the structures of the PV modules, followed by submerging the solar water pump, thus completing the water pumping system. To guarantee sustainability of these projects, the foundation accesses quality products from Bernd Lorenz Company of Germany, the manufacturers of renowned Lorenz solar water pumps and PV modules. The distribution partners in Tanzania, Sanergy Systems Limited, guarantee supplies on demand at optimum prices. It is another occasion that calls for celebration, as the commissioning is underway for one of the wells donated by Miss Karen Fleuring for the United States of America in partnership with ARF. ARF work very close with the local government authorities to make sure that there is sustainability of the projects. Water communities are formed to maintain and keep the projects in good running order. The villagers contributed towards the maintenance by donating very minimal amount for the servicing of the pumps, which is done occasionally. Women groups are formed and had been encouraged to engage in fruit and vegetable farming. Women, in turn, do have more time on their hands to cultivate, which earns them money to send their children to school and buy uniforms. One of the schools took the initiative to build a fish pond. They harvest fish for feeding the school children, and excess are sold to customers, proceeds for which are spent to procure some school stationeries and equipments. The wells assures everybody access to potable water, which has considerably improved the health of the communities. Women and children don't have to walk long distances to fetch water. In the past, women had to maintain night vigils to have access to a bucket of water. For school children, the availability of potable, reliable water has contributed to a better learning environment. They don't have to spend long school hours to scout for water, which was in most cases not safe for drinking. We look to work with overseas fundraisers and donors who trust us with their money, because we make sure all funds are directed to the cause and projects. All our staff are volunteer, as they all have permanent jobs. Our board members are proud to be associated to the cause and therefore are on the board pro bono.
My last day in Tanzania, and I am sad to leave, but I am very happy with what we were able to accomplish here. In partnership with African Reflections Foundation and Maria Poole, its founder, we have been able to open 3 drilled wells that will bring water to many, many people in 3 villages and the surrounding villages. I asked the women when I was here how far they had to walk for water. And some of them told me 4 kilometers. And guess what? That is not once a day, but 4 times a day. That means they're walking for non-potable water for miles. Now they have potable drinking water. They can use it for crops, they can use it for drinking, for laundry, for cooking, and they don't have to walk that distance. But the most important thing is it's clean water. And that's what we need to do. We need to give the people of the world, specifically Tanzania, clean drinking water.
My name's Kevin Bailey, founder of The Sky Is Not Limited, and I've worked with African Reflections Foundation, an organization led by Maria Poole, who is deeply concerned about the welfare of rural people throughout Tanzania. The reason I work with African Reflections Foundation is because they're very, very good at making sure that all the funds go to the rural people and help them, and nothing is kind of sidetracked financially along the way. So they're very trusting, a trustful organization, one that I continue to look forward to working with many years down the road and do many more solar well projects in conjunction with. So I've been to Tanzania and have seen the good work that they do on the ground.